Hi Gemini, this is your reading for uh, September. Sorry, I went completely blank then and completely forgot what month I was reading for. So yes, for September, okay? Now, I'm combining the readings. So the cards on the top are the Witch's Tarot, and that's going to be your personal relationship part of the reading. Underneath it is the Herbal Tarot, and that's going to be a more general reading. So the messages can be really for any area of your life at this moment in time. But please remember, never try to make a particular reading fit your life, okay? If it's your story, you will know. Now, Gemini, the funny thing is, and I haven't had this from any of the other signs, but when I was shuffling your cards and I laid them out, then I turned them over. If I wasn't doing two separate readings and was really using the top cards to clarify the bottom cards, it's funny how it would how they would complement the bottom cards. That's what I'm trying to say. It may very well be that both parts of these readings are the same story, okay? But we'll work our way through and see what we have. So, for your personal relationships, the card we've got at the centre is the Knight of Cups. So this knight comes in and he's offering something heartfelt, okay? It's to do with feelings, love, romance, emotions. The only thing we have to be careful of with the Knight of Cups is sometimes it can be to do with sex and lust. Because the problem with the Knight of Cups is he makes his decisions based on how he's feeling at that time, on his emotions. And he can be prone to making promises that, he doesn't carry through. It's just in that moment when he's feeling what he's feeling, he could promise you the world. But it doesn't mean he's going to deliver, okay? He can allow his emotions to run away, okay? So keep that in mind if you are in this situation. Now, the first card at the top, we do have the Eight of Swords. So this talks about somebody keeping themselves tied. The lady in the card is blindfolded, she's bound. None of the swords are restricting her, but she's keeping herself tied, trapped to a situation or a person. Quite often, it can be fear-based, but a lot of it is to do with the unknown, okay? So we're fearful that if we leave this person, if we leave this relationship, how is everything going to work out? How will you cope on your own? How will your partner cope on their own? So it can be fear-based. And I guess that majority of people, at least once in their life, are going to find themselves in this situation. Next card is the Two of Swords. So again, it's a similar energy to the Eight of Swords, but with the Two of Swords now, it's a decision has to be made. And it's a difficult decision. It's kind of like being between a rock and a hard place. And that we know that neither of the choices or decisions we're going to make are positive. If you think about it, what comes after the Two of Swords? It's the three. Heartbreak, sadness, loss. Now, whether that heartbreak and sadness is us, is our towards our partner, it can always go vice versa here. The next card, Gemini, is the Four of Cups. So this deals with feeling unfulfilled. That emotional boredom. Maybe, just maybe, it's to do with this Knight of Cups, where promises have been made and they haven't been fulfilled. Next to the Knight of Cups, we have the Five of Swords. Now, Five of Swords is difficult. You're dealing with somebody, now whether this is you, Gemini, or whether this is your partner. But the Five of Swords is conflict, is arguments. It's somebody that wants to win the argument. That for them, that is what is important here. And they don't really think or care if they hurt the other person's feelings. Worst case scenario, they can lose the other person. But it puts people offside. But for them, it's about the winning. So is this your energy in September, Gemini? Is this your partner? On the other side of the Knight of Cups, we have the shadow side. Now, this is the devil, okay? Now, the devil energy can definitely be about, the pleasures in life. Sex, lust. It could very well be, Gemini, that you're dealing with somebody here that maybe promised you so much and it's turned out to be a relationship that is based more on sex. Maybe a friends with benefit type. Or maybe it's just digressed and gone down that road. The shadow side as well can talk about negative thinking. So, it can talk about, something that's turned toxic. It can talk about feeling tied, constrained, feeling trapped within a relationship, like we spoke about up here with the Eight of Swords. Moving down the bottom, we have the Six of Cups. Now, this is a card of nostalgia, reminiscing. Is this to do with you or your partner looking back at this relationship when it didn't feel so heavy or negative or toxic? When there was emotional harmony? The Six of Cups is upright, which indicates looking back with pleasure, with positive feelings, not negative. Next to the Six of Cups is the Sun. The Sun is the most positive card in the tarot. It energizes, rejuvenates. We always feel better with the Sun. You know, whether we've got the world on our shoulders or not, if the sun is shining, your mood is lifted. But also, the sun gives us clarity. We see things more clearly in the light of the sun. Things are illuminated. The last card is the King of Cups. So this could be water energy here. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The thing with the King of Cups is he is more mature than the Knight. The King of Cups has learnt to control his emotions and not allow his emotions to control him. He is very loving, very caring, very intuitive. Is this talking about you, Gemini? That in the month of September, with all of this going on, do you need to control your emotions? Or is this talking about the person you're with? Is there going to be, it sounds silly to say, but almost a maturing of the person you're with? Are they going to show a side of themselves that, not that you haven't seen, but a side of themselves that's been lost for a little while? Because all of this section here feels so dark and bleak. Yet when we move down to the bottom, there is positivity there. I think those of you that are in a happy, contented, loving relationship, this is not your story, okay? This is talking about a relationship where a difficult decision has to be made. The thing is, though, I don't have the Three of Swords on the table here. I don't even have a card on this table, really, that would make me think that this relationship is coming to an end. But in the month of September, I almost feel that if you can bring this relationship or take this relationship backwards to how it once was, then it has the chance of surviving. Okay, Gemini, that is the personal relationship reading done. We're going to move on now to the general part. Now, what I found is that with these cards, there can be a lot of repeating cards. Now, when that happens, please remember the messages, because for me, we're talking about messages that are more important, okay? More intensified, if you like. It's also possible that the general part of the reading is going to be talking about the same messages you've just heard, but in some cases it can be very different. So I just want to scan quickly. You've got one repeating card, which is the Two of Swords. So, Gemini, at the centre, we have Judgment. Judgment can be literally about needing to make a judgment call here. It can talk about judging somebody? Do you feel you're being harshly judged? Are you harshly judging somebody else? Judgment also can be an awakening. An awakening to, I don't want to say, to have an opportunity to do something again, because the thing with the Judgment card is the card directly after it is the World card, which is the last card in the tarot. And the thing is, Gemini, you do have that card here in your reading. I think it is an awakening here to see something. Up here is the Two of Swords. So we spoke about this already with this card, with these cards. A decision has got to be made. Next to it, we have the Six of Wands. So this is the Victory card. It talks about coming through conflict, battles, coming out the other side victorious. It can be a card that deals with attention, but I don't feel that. We've got the Two of Cups here. Now, the Two of Cups doesn't always have to talk about a personal relationship, but of course it can. But it talks about a relationship between you and another individual. Family, close friends, not an acquaintance. The Two of Cups for me is more intense than that. So we're dealing with a relationship here. As I said, whether it's personal or not. The Two of Swords is a difficult decision that has to be made. The Six of Wands is coming out of conflict and coming out victorious. So maybe this relationship has been going through a difficult time. We've seen a relationship going through a difficult time in this spread with the Five of Swords. On this side of Judgment, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So here we have Earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. The Queen of Pentacles is a grounded energy. She's very good with finances, with business. She, can take care of home. She's nurturing, loving, caring. Is this Queen of Pentacles whom you are dealing with in this part of the reading, or even in your personal life? Is this Queen of Pentacles your energy? The thing with the Queen of Pentacles is she wants to feel grounded. She likes to put roots down. Is that, or has that been an issue here, Gemini, whereby things have felt very unstable? Things have felt a little bit insecure. But maybe, just maybe, things, I want to say maybe things are going to start to feel more grounded. Or that is what you are searching for. Here we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is give and take. Always making sure those scales are balanced. Never giving too much, never taking too much. Can be a card about compromise. So again, has there been issues within a relationship whereby it's felt that those scales have started to tip? That either that maybe you feel you've been the one that's been giving too much. Down the bottom though, as I said, we have the world. This is a chapter of our lives coming to an end. One cycle done, a door closing, a new door opening. As I said, it comes after judgment. See, the thing with judgment as well, it's about that awakening. It's about seeing things now that maybe we didn't see before. Having that opportunity to see those things, having an opportunity to speak your mind before closing the door. Next to the world is the Ten of Swords, harsh energy. The only positive thing with the Ten of Swords is it's a 10. It's already happened. And with a 10, as this cycle is coming to an end. But it's harsh. It's feeling very let down by another individual. Feeling stabbed in the back. Is that how you feel, Gemini? Is there somebody that you feel has let you down? If that is the case, you're going to come out victorious there with that Six of Wands. The last card is Death. So again, an ending. A new beginning is promised with the Death card. And it's not as harsh as the Tower. Because the Death card, you know, we kind of already felt that it was coming. We could, Gemini here, be talking about two separate relationships in your life. A personal one and maybe family or friendship. But for some of you, it has to be said here that you could definitely be talking about one particular relationship. Your card from the Psychic Tarot came out reversed. Now, when that happens, the message is the same, but there's a difficulty or a delay, okay? Now, your card was movement, choices, and decisions. And as I said, it came out reversed. A similar energy, if you like, to this Two of Swords. Choices, decisions. And choices and decisions are going to lead to movement. But we're finding it difficult to make this decision. You had the Two of Swords in both spreads. So whether this is you, Gemini, or whether this is the other person you're dealing with, a decision has to be made. A choice has to be made. You cannot keep that blindfold on forever. It's time to take it off and face whatever needs to be faced. The Destiny cards, your message from that is humanity. So humanity, you know, dealing with a lot of people here. Humanity, acting in a humanitarian way. Humanity is the whole. So for me, it could also be looking at the bigger picture here. As I said, Gemini, if when it comes to your relationships, everything is hunky-dory, then I haven't got your story for September. We're dealing with, for you, either 2 relationships or 1 relationship here where there is a difficult decision that's going to have to be made. Okay, Gemini, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Bye.